think, feel, and believe. Yeah, think, feel, and believe. 51. Think, feel, and believe. 51. Think, feel, and believe. Yeah, Solar. Well, maybe not that many W's, but selects.me. That's where you find me. That's where you find some other good stuff, too. Yeah. Think, feel, and believe, 51. Think, feel, and believe, think, feel, and believe, think, feel, and believe, 51. We'll make it a little bit simple. We don't want to be because you really don't want to get Woo! This one's huge. Oh, man. And just listening to people do this kind of stuff. Speaking things. And, I mean, there's so many examples of this in this world. And you know what really prompted this? Because I'll get a thought, or I'll see something that somebody wrote, and then that'll spark my thought to do a video. Yeah. And this one was a post I saw about, and I constantly see these posts out there about needing coffee. Don't talk to me until I have my coffee, and it's like, I've seen so many of them, and I think, oh man, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody here, okay? But I mean, I think in just a little bit into I think, how can I say it without saying it? Okay? How can I say it without thinking? To be able to think that you actually, it's kind of like you have to have something in order for you to be this, right? Kind of like a crutch, so to speak. And I understand the validity of what you're trying to tell me, but really, it's just another thing that you're telling yourself that you need in order for you to function in this particular realm. I need coffee. I need to have my coffee before. Don't talk to me before I have my coffee before. I need, And in some way, shape, or form, people are like reaffirming that every day. They're pouring themselves a cup of coffee. Oh my gosh, I need this. Oh, and then they're allowing that, and then they're drinking it, and they're allowing that. Oh, and that feeling to go inside of them, and like they need it, right? And then it's kind of like this coffee is like their life sustainment, so they can function and function in the world. But you know what? Think about this. And you could, whether you want to agree with me or not, if you change what you said and you stop doing that, things would change. Like, what if you started speaking and just go through the experience of it if you're one of those people that think you have to have coffee to function in this world. I mean, really? Otherwise, you're irritable and you just don't know nobody to talk to me. I don't need coffee. And I'm not saying that about me. What if a type of person that was, that was so attached to their coffee? I don't need coffee. The best thing for me to drink in the morning is just a big cup of ice water. And they started speaking, I just need ice water in the morning. That's the thing that I need to get my juices flowing is ice water. I need ice water. And change can happen and change would happen from that. A consistent and persistent effort towards that would change it. I need coffee. I need water. When you start saying things, you start speaking, the thought, you start speaking it, then you're going to have a different feeling towards drinking ice water. And then you're going to drink ice water and it's going to give a different feeling going down. And it's going to be different. It's going to be a change from coffee. And it's not going to be warm. It's not going to be soothing. It's going to be a different change. But just to prove it to yourself that you're drinking ice water instead, it's giving you a different feeling. It's giving you a different experience. You're going to change. I guarantee it. Yeah, I guarantee it. Things are going to change. You know, and here's something a little bit different. A little bit different. I've got this lady and this person that I know, and every time, I'm talking every time, I mean every time, every time she calls, ever since I've known her. And I know she got into an accident. I know at one point in time she got hurt. But I don't know how long this accident happened, but she got some sort of brain injury, right? And so every time, I don't care what. I mean, maybe there's been a couple of times that were like fleeting phone calls. What do I do? Can you send me, this little document or whatever? If I got into any little bit of a deeper conversation, it was always about my brain injury, and 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 and my brain injury, and and I'm like, and my brain injury, and I think, I wonder if she understands, and I actually talked to her about it one day when I got her on the phone, because it was like, man, I said, do you ever stop to think that maybe thinking, feeling, and believing differently about your brain injury, that you could actually change that? Because the body is designed to heal itself, but the power in what you speak is critical to that component, you see? It's critical to that component. If you could change your health, you could change the way you feel about everything. I'm happy today, or okay, we could go in many different, different directions here with this, but, so I talked to her about it that day, and she's like, oh yeah, you're right, I'm like, thanks a lot. And, I'd have to honestly say that I've seen kind of an improvement from that point. But I think every time she calls me now, she understands that I already told her that, and whatever she just keeps speaking it. And I said, as long as you keep speaking it, and I don't know, I can't remember, I had this conversation, I can't remember exactly what I said, but as long as you keep speaking it, you're going to keep perpetuating issues about it, and oh, yeah, and I know you're right, and, because whatever it was, she told me and everything, but, the reality of the fact remains the same even with that, even with health challenges. I know this person that, they have ADD and they take medication. And, I sometimes wonder if it was that person's mother that kind of accentuated it too. Oh, well, and they went to the doctor, and the doctors are always going to want to prescribe some sort of drug, almost probably 99.9% of the time. You go to it, because they want you coming back and they want to evaluate you because it's money, and that's not to take away the importance of what doctors do in this world and whatnot, because they're needed. To an extent. So, but, whatever it is, I mean, for Christ's sakes, I've got ADD. I mean, my mind is like scattered a lot too. I'm sure you can imagine. I'm sure you can imagine that I've got a little bit ADD too. But you know what? I don't sit there and I don't speak about it. And I can kind of direct myself just by how I wish, think, feel, and believe, and direct my own thoughts and direct my own mind. So this person was unable to join the military because the military doesn't if you're taking any kind of medication for ADD, you disqualify, so they had to take a different direction in their life and go to college. And I so want to reach out to this guy and say, look, dude, why don't you start speaking differently about it, and I don't have ADD anymore. I have a clear, clean mind, and whatever it is, whatever you could speak and be consistent about it, and then feel good about what you're doing. And I know for sure, 100, with the power of the Spirit that is within him, he could change his direction on that one too. Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could. Because again, everything in life is all about how you think, feel, and believe it. To an extent. I mean, there are certain things and boundaries that would be preposterous to try to change, but you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Why, so you do.